Yes, ladies and gentlemen, come on in. Let's talk about it. Get your popcorn, get your drinks, get your smoke, whatever it is. Go ahead and get it, man, and join the stream. We have to talk about what happened tonight. Man, I'm already calling it fight of the year, man. Pete don't agree with me, but I'm calling it fight of the year. Come on. Join the stream. Get in here. Let's go. Let's work. All right, here we go. All right, it is the Mirror Image Podcast, and I am your guy, TP Wade, with my twin bro, Zay.
Yo, it's P.
Come on, man. Wake it up, man. I gave you the perfect, layup.
I thought you had more with that.
Come on, man. Yeah, man. So we have to talk about it, man. We have to talk about tonight's festivities. Gervonta Tank Davis fights Lamont Roach, man. I don't even know where to begin. I just start here. I'm gonna just throw it in the ocean and let's see where we go from here. Take loss, man. Take loss, man. And it wasn't even close to me. It wasn't even close. I feel bad, man, because the politics through boxing that you have to go through this. Mm-hmm. But Lamont Roach won this fight, man, and he should have clearly been the winner. Simple as that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he won by a round. Them early rounds, they were just filling each other out. They didn't do nothing until like the sixth round, maybe. I thought Tank was ahead.
So I don't agree with that. I do want to speak to that. So I when I text you, I said fight of the year. You said that you didn't feel like it was fight of the year because for the first 6-7 rounds that you didn't see any action.
Right. There's other fights out there like Benavidez versus Morrell. That was this year. That was 10 times way better than that.
No, man. But names carry a weight. Names got to carry a weight into the.
They just standing there fainting the whole time.
They weren't though. Why you keep? Where was you at? Where was you watching? They was not doing that, man.
They were.
See, most people don't know shit about boxing. most people don't know shit about boxing.
First 3 rounds, they was just filling each other out. It was boring, to tell you the truth. Until they started picking it up. Once they picked it up, it got good.
Man, they was trading shots throughout the whole fight. Mm-hmm. Me personally, see, look, that's the difference between us two, I guess. All right, so me personally, I like seeing a chess match. I enjoy seeing fighters trying to figure it out, especially when it is Tank Davis, because you know the moment that you blink and you slip up one time, he is going to make you pay, and that is part of the excitement. So I just enjoy the figuring out process. That's like the part of the movie where the plot is sticking. But most people don't know. Most people don't know shit about boxing. I don't know.
You're stretching it. I mean, yeah, we enjoy that. I enjoy the science of it, but that has nothing to do with being the fight of the year. The fight of the year, I need some toe-to-toe battling it out.
That's what it was.
No, it was not. Until like the last 5 rounds, that's when it picked up. But the first half of the fight was boring. It was just
I'm encouraging you to watch the fight one more time before you come on this platform.
You haven't watched a lot of boxing this year.
You said what?
So many other fights that are so much better than that.
No, but the names hold weight to it. We can't act like the fact that Gervonta Davis has an asterisk next to his name now doesn't carry that same weight. This was entertaining.
That was an entertaining fight. What's the fight of the year? By far.
All right, maybe it's not literally fight of the year, but what I'm trying to tell you is like this is arguably fight of the year. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, it was a good fight.
Okay, all right, whatever. But anyway, back to what you were saying.
Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start with the entrance, the ring walk. That's when I knew he lost.
That's when you knew Tank lost?
When I saw Tank walk out with Jules and Jim Jones. I can't stand Jim Jones.
Yeah, I
When I
feel
seen
me
him walk
too.
out with Jim Jones, I say, yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I say, yo, he might actually lose tonight. I really didn't think it because he's going against Roach. I thought Roach was gonna be too small. But yeah, that was my first indicator that this might go left.
Well, you know what? This is why I can't like try to credit myself and act like I knew it was going to happen like this.
Mhm.
Because to be honest with you, every time there is a fighter, especially if you're undefeated, there's always that thought, like, what if this is the night, right?
Right, right.
But I did say to myself when there was a sports bet commercial that came up,
Mhm.
and I was thinking, I was just like, and this could be me literally like every fight. This could be just not even a irregular thing. But I did say to myself, I was just like, you know what? Lamont Roach is not scared of this dude. And see, this is what people don't realize, man. And I want I
Mhm.
want I want a lot of people to understand this, man, especially the youngest out there. The A lot of dudes don't know what the tough guy really looks like. See, a lot of people think that because you talk slick or you're the loudest in the room, they confuse them with the tough guy. No, Lamont Roach, I knew the type of caliber that he was because he was smooth sailing. He
Mhm.
didn't waver, he didn't flinch. He said everything he said, you knew he meaned it. He didn't have to be loud, he wasn't quiet. It was just that smooth sailing approach to it.
Yeah.
So I did have a different feel with Lamont Roach than I did with others. And as far as the ring walk is concerned,
Mhm.
I I didn't really dig too much into that, but I will say I feel like it was a lackluster ring walk from Javante Davis,
It was.
and it plays into what you said when we was texting about him may not having the same uh, motivation to be great.
Right, right. I think that that was the main thing I knew before the fight in this press conference and some of the background videos and media outlets reporting on Tank. Man, he's changed a lot mentally. And he's
Yeah,
going through this shift and it looks like he wants to retire soon. Spend more time with family. And that's not that mindset right there is not good for a fighter.
yeah, yeah.
You starting to think about retiring and stuff like that. That's the wrong mindset before you get in the ring.
No,
And
that's a fact.
yeah, I didn't think that he'll tie tonight. Don't get me wrong. I was just
Yeah,
waiting for the one shot the whole
yeah.
time. I was like, all right, it's coming, you know. But I had some bad feelings. Like, yo, sooner or later, you're gonna take a L.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen. Unfortunately, this is the politics of boxing, to where when you are that undefeated guy, and I think of the announcers. I'm glad that they mentioned this.
Hmm.
I did see that one of the announcers was trying to cut the other announcer off. I don't know their names. Forgive me for that. But unfortunately, when you're the undefeated fighter and you go out in a draw,
Hmm.
that really means you lost.
Yeah, no
You know
doubt.
what I mean? That really means you lost. But the politics and the whole thing, which is just the unfortunate part of it,
Mhm.
let's get a rematch going and bring in more eyes and hype this up.
See, but that's the thing. In a championship fight, I feel like you gotta beat the champion. You have to beat the champion by at least a couple rounds
Did he not?
and be it convincingly. I don't think he won by a couple rounds. I really think the
Why you
difference
have
in
to
the
win
fight,
by a couple rounds when you fighting the champ?
you gotta beat the champ. You gotta go take the belt from him.
That's
It's
what he
just
did.
different.
See, all right, yeah, all right. So all right, now we're gonna
See,
talk. Now we're gonna
I
talk.
feel like the difference was when he took that kneel that should have been ruled a knockdown. Had that
Facts.
been ruled a knockdown, then yes, Lamont would have got the victory. To me, it still would have been a victory, but he would have got it. But I feel like he didn't do enough to take it.
Yeah, people, y'all have to stop, man. Y'all have to stop because and a lot of people think that way. Even though I agree, you do have to go take it. I do
Mhm.
feel like if it is too close of a fight, then yeah, I mean, if you didn't go take it, I understand that. But in this instance, in this fight, I can't picture more of taking a belt than here. Outside of
Mhm.
not getting knocked out. I mean, of course, there's more drastic wins. I'm not being, being facetious here, but I'm saying he definitely took that fight. Like to me, and the crowd speaks too. The crowd
Mhm.
speaks.
Mhm.
Everyone knows he took that fight.
I think it was like split.
This is
I
absolutely
think it
crazy.
was split. I think
Just
if you give him
just
the
say you fell
knockdown,
asleep. Just say you fell asleep during the
oh,
fight.
you give him the knockdown, then he should have won the fight. Even that was just like, let's talk about that knockdown. Let's talk about that knockdown.
Yeah,
So
please.
for people to
I
understand the
wish you
rules
would
of
sit
boxing,
here and try to shoot him some bail.
let's talk about the knockdown. So what happened was what I saw is it didn't even look like he got hit with a punch. It looked like maybe his dread or something wiped sweat into his eye, or maybe sweat from Lamont's glove got into Javante's eye. So he couldn't see. I'm just laying down what happened so people understand. So he stopped seeing and he took a knee. And then he went back to his corner, to get his eye fixed. When you take a knee, that's a knockdown.
It's a knockdown.
That should have been a knockdown.
It is
I
a knockdown.
understand that. So he should have lost the point, and that would have been the fight right there. Because I had the fight pretty much even. If we're doing boxing, people got to remember this. Round by round, it's a score system. It's not who looked the most impressive in one round or not. You go by each round, and that's why I had it an even fight. But if that knockdown was ruled, I would have gave it to Roach.
The thing is, another element to that knockdown too. And listen, I want everybody to understand. For those who don't know, I am a Tank fan. Like Tank is my guy. I'll be rooting for Tank.
Yeah,
But that was some of the most babyish shit I've ever seen from a fighter.
yeah,
All right, you kneel like somebody's supposed to stop for your ass. You
yeah,
kneel. Then you go to the side. You go to your corner, and someone wipes your face off, which is absolutely a no-no. No one is supposed to touch the fighter unless the referee stops the fight and okays it. You
yeah,
can't do that on your own. That is like an advantage. That is
yeah.
literal cheating.
It is. Yeah, you ain't lying about that.
So,
I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
so I'm like, what the? I'm looking at this like, hold on, he's got to like say something.
Yeah,
Like he's
he
got to
could have
do
gave him some
something.
water. He could have wiped the cut, or
Exactly. Hey,
yeah,
hey, man, real quick, take the steroid real quick. Let me throw this in. Like, yo, what is
yeah.
this?
That's true. That's true.
Like, and I'm looking at Lamont, and a credit to him, because if that was somebody like me, I would have been as dramatic as LeBron James. I would have been throwing my hands up. I would have let everybody know, like, no, this can't be okay.
Yeah,
But Lamont, he expressed that this is bullshit, but
mhm.
he stayed locked in. He didn't let that distract him.
Oh, more words is coming. Once he sit down and watch this fight, he gonna
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
lot.
oh yeah, yeah. It should be. It should be.
Yeah, it ain't
It should
over.
be.
He gonna have a lot to say. So yeah, I think you froze there for a little bit, but it was a good fight, man. I just think that as the champion, you have to go in and take it. That's
Yeah.
just how I feel. And I
My fault. Am I
did.
good? Am I back? Or am
Yeah,
I
you
still
back, you back,
froze?
you
Okay.
good. I
Okay.
did respect Roach though, like you said, because he's a 130 pounder, I believe, came up, or 135 coming up, excuse me. And
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think he had enough at all. But his game plan was brilliant. He knew you have to let kind of Tank throws his and right after throw yours every single time, and it worked like clockwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we knew this though. Tank style of starting these fights slow and not throwing a lot of punches, you're gonna lose a. We always thought he'll lose a fight at some point. You know what I mean? I just didn't think it was this one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Credit to just Lamont Roach's game plan, man.
Yeah.
When you heard him and his dad, which is his cornerman, just speaking to the fact that they know about that quick left.
Hmm.
They know about that counter punch. And I've even heard him say, like, oh yeah, like he's trying to set it up and it's clear as day. He was like, oh yeah, I see it.
Hmm.
That is how I've expected previous fighters to approach fighting Tank Davis.
Yeah.
But even though it is there,
We lost you again. We lost you again. But Just to
My
fill
fault.
in before you wait. Yeah, you back. You back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I was saying, even when you know that is that left hand is there,
Mhm.
it's one thing to know, but it's another thing to react. So I have to give him credit for, doing just a great job, man, at reacting to those counter punches. We've seen a few of those punches that was the ones
Yeah.
that if this was anybody else,
Yeah.
that would
I
have
don't
been
think
it.
he never hit Lamont like real flush. He hit him, he touched him up, but he never
Yeah,
got that shot. And I saw that shot one time. He threw it. I mean, he missed by. I was like, yo, this
yeah,
fight about to be over. So
yeah,
Tank never really hit him with that shot tonight. And that's why he was able to last. And that's credit to his defense. He had some
yeah.
great defense. He kept his gloves up high. There was some shots even to the gloves. You see, kind of had him moving a little bit, but he stayed strong in there, man. And he was
Hey,
strong between them punches. He was strong
speak.
between them.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Mhm.
Speaking of punches, that was what maybe the first time that I've seen Javante Tank Davis take a punch like that.
Did
You
you think
know,
he was hurt?
he
Did you see that?
hurt. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe startled, hurt.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
It was when he grabbed him, right? A couple seconds later, you saw that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I was like, yo, I think
yeah,
Tank might be hurt.
yeah,
Plays it
for
off
sure.
good, but I was like, yo, I don't think Lamont even caught that. It was a punch that he
Y-
laying right between. I
and-
said, yo,
Yeah, and there was one punch he caught Tank right on the chin, and when
yeah.
he stumbled back, I was like, oh man, like
Mhm.
this dude is really out here doing it. But
Yeah.
I like it, man. I'm gonna rewatch it, and I'm gonna take heed to what you're saying. But as of right now, post game live reaction, I got
Mhm.
this as one of the fight of the years.
So do
Um,
you think the committees, the sanctions, do you think they should be able to review fights and correct scores after the fight? For like this fight, right? They clearly missed something. You know how the NFL, they after the game, they have the referees review all their calls and they give them a report
yeah,
basically on what calls they missed.
and you
So
mean
like,
and it changes the outcome?
yeah, it changed the outcome because that was a knockdown. There's no rule that says there's clear as black and white. You take a kneel, it is a knockdown.
Yeah, that's tough because I think it gets tricky if you start to do that. Um, I think there's an element at boxing to where live reactions and
Hmm.
live um like judging in the moment has to be like a continuous factor for the
Yeah.
sport to remain like this true essence.
Hmm.
But I do think that there has to be some type of reviewing process, I guess. So it's kind of like I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I just don't know if changing the results of things in that way
Yeah.
will be like what's best. I don't know
Because you
that.
made me,
Yeah,
you
that's
just made
tricky.
me think like he legit cheated.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's a fact.
Tank, when he took that kneel and his coach was allowed to wipe wipe his face down and get him like you can't do that without a legal timeout from the ref. Like
Yeah,
that's legit cheating.
yeah, yeah,
And to get away with it, I'm trying to think like a reference. Like you just can't have that post fight. You got to be. That's like if a boxer took a PED
mm,
and then they called that post fight, then that changes the decision. All right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna take this back. I
yeah,
think when you break down that moment, come on, yo, you
yeah.
can't.
That's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's tough.
that's tough. Yeah, but
Especially if it was a draw, because that means though, if that count, I want to fight. So I don't know.
so did you see the post game interviews?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so the post game interviews was interesting. Tank Davis, um, he gave his respects to Lamont Roach, but he did say that he made the fight a lot more competitive than what it could have been. So he kind of like gave, but then took away with that statement.
Hmm.
But the worst part about his post game interview
Mm-hmm.
was when they asked him about the knee, and he was like, "Hey, what was up with that? Like, why did you take a knee?"
Mm-hmm.
This dude says in an arena full of people, he's like, "Well, I just got my hair done last night, and the gel from the hair, got into my eye." And while he's saying this, the whole arena is like, "What? Boo!" And it's booing him. So he's like, "Y'all booing me?" He's like, "I'm not." He's like, "I'm telling the truth." I mean, he missed it. It's not that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah,
believe
yeah,
you're not telling the truth.
yeah,
It's just that you're using that as an excuse,
yeah.
you know. And that was hilarious. And then when they interviewed Lamont Roach, more of his character kind of came out, which was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of was just letting the interviewer know, like, "Yo, I've been telling y'all, I am him. I've been to them." And then he said, tried to press on to get more information out of him. He was like, "Well, how did you feel, after such and such?" And he goes, "Man, did you not hear me? Like I told you,
Right,
I
right.
told you, like I am him." And
Uh-huh.
so that was just that was a little like interesting thing. And
Yeah. So he said gel came from his hair, got into his eye.
yeah, yeah.
I feel bad for Tank, man. He was being 100% honest. He's like, hey, look.
Yeah, and I believe he was telling the truth.
It
But
was.
yeah, but he just doesn't realize how that sounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then he took off his hat. And was like, "Look, I just got my hair done." He's like, "Tank, no, that's not."
Well,
Oh man,
oh my gosh. But yeah, man, it's hey, but the viewers and people who watch fight, a lot of casual fans, okay, they lost respect for Tank tonight in a way of
yeah,
like probably won't watch his next fight because they're casual. They only like no, so some people only like seeing people when
casual.
they're
Okay,
undefeated. Yeah, yeah,
casual,
yeah.
casual. Okay, I get what
They
you're saying.
love the like fans in general just have to learn in boxing. If you great and you really fighting all the great fighters at the right time,
Yeah,
and it's you not ending your career undefeated.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody's gonna take a L at some point. So
Well, I did see people, um, and I'm sorry, this is gonna sound like some just poverty talk. But I did see people saying that they weren't willing to pay the fight price, the pay-per-view price
no
for
word.
a fight that they weren't interested in the undercards at all.
Mm,
And they looked at Lamar Roach like, "Man, why would I want to pay, you know, this
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
80 something dollars for this fight?"
yeah.
I do think now you have more of a storyline, and if you promote it the right way, you can get the eyes,
Mhm,
to this thing. He's
mhm.
the first one that done something on Tank's record. So I think if you do promote it, you can get those casuals back if you do it the right way.
Yeah. Well, I think what's my homeboy name? Your Excellency Turkey Ali Sheik. I think that's how you say his name. He's fixing that. He's fixing
You
that.
you talking about the promoter dude?
My boy from Saudi. Yeah,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
he fixing that. Yo. He like, yo, we not playing no games. He buying people's cribs. He's doing
Yeah,
whatever it needs to be done to get the best fighters. He's trying to treat it like MMA. He's not doing all that politics. He's trying to get all the fighters under one roof, and we're
yeah,
gonna start having the best fights first, the best fighter. No more this route. He even said something about Tank. He said he respects what he's doing, but he said, nah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
wouldn't let it fly. Yeah, not for this long.
One more thing I want to address before we get out of here.
Hmm.
One thing that I noticed too is the discombobulation and Tank's corner.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Does that seem like, to me that seems like a thing? And isn't Calvin usually the lead corner man?
Yeah, yeah. He was there, but he wasn't in the corner tonight. And I saw something where basically it
No,
hinted
but
at
he was there he was there. He just wasn't the lead. Like he was at the side of him.
yeah, yeah, he was at the side, right. He
Like
wasn't the lead,
he's
his
usually
corner.
the lead, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
They said that with their relationship, basically like it's something between them two. They know he knows that Calvin has some other people he was basically training, some amateurs that he's working with. And he had his time really tailored to that. And basically Tank and him know like he needs to focus more on that, on those kids. that he's training
Okay.
and stuff like that. So that's what they said it was.
Well, shit, they may need to go back to the drawing board.
And then a lot of
Because
people were saying that basically what they were saying was Calvin was like, yo, we don't need to train for this dude. Like, we good. I can take my time. We don't need to train for this dude like that. And that ain't the case.
that's why Floyd is Floyd.
Nah.
Because no matter who Floyd fought, he took them serious.
Man,
Except for Andre Berto.
and Conor McGregor. I don't count that fight, but yeah.
I think even with Conor, he still took it more like serious.
Yeah, but I don't count that fight.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that.
I don't count that fight. He's 49 and older than me. I don't count that 50th fight.
But yeah, I just seen a lot of just, they was, everything is always good when you're winning, you're ahead of the scorecards and stuff like that. Yep. But I seen a lot of frustration. I mean, Tank was wiping his own face. It just seemed like a lot of just, errors on the corner.
Nah, I think that was just a case of, what's going on out there?
Yeah.
Like, I'm throwing, he's hitting him to the body, he was throwing the left, and when stuff start getting, discombobulated, like you said, and you like, I'm what is going on? I'm throwing my haymakers, I'm throwing my combos. This dude is still in there. Then you just start doing stuff. You're like, yo, get doing tap. You try to wipe your hair, you making up stuff in the corner. Yo, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Tank, you gotta work your jab, man.
And I heard of somebody was like, Tank, calm down. Because Tank was, Tank was starting to get mad. But that is that on that for me, man. I did want to make sure that we, did this stream and did this post-game reaction.
Post-fight,
post-fight. We definitely have other sports news and sports topics that we gotta get to. Your Lakers is looking pretty good. We're gonna get to that.
You got this combine talk.
Combine, of course. A lot of little things as far as certain moves in the NFL, and it's starting to heat up a little bit. So we will be making sure that we attend to that. And of course, like we always do, P, I'll let you close us out.
So yes, man, be on the lookout for us this week. Another episode of the Mirror Image Podcast. And please make sure you go ahead and follow my boy TP Way the Giant at Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube. And follow myself at Proving Grounds on Instagram and YouTube. And with that being said, see y'all in a little bit.